Hello everyone, Mixfant Gaming here. Welcome to my channel. Today we're back here in Mech Arena, and for those subscribers who try to follow me regularly, you may realize that I have not been putting out regular videos. And it's been a little while, but I actually was on a family vacation with of course the family, so I needed a little bit of time away. Back now, we're going to come in here, we're going to do some videos here upcoming, and I was going to do another video today, and then of course we realized that they have now done the final changes for the Vault Blitz by kind of removing it and putting in a new arena playoff, which I must say, and I'm sure everybody else there is feeling the same way, that my personal opinion is, from what I've seen so far, is that they completely ruined the whole Vault Blitz thing. Why they put in this new playoff, we all know why. Let's just get in here. Let's start looking at it, talk about it right now. So as you can see here, the standard playoff by getting the amateur crate at the end. Again, not really worth it to grind for that, and really it isn't too much of a grind, to be honest, since this is going to last a couple weeks. But now if you look here and we look at the rewards, this is where it gets kind of a slap in the face to the users and players. So previously, when you had a Vault Blitz, you would get a guaranteed reward of 400 A-coins plus a couple, 2 or 3 skins through the whole process if you finish off the whole Vault Blitz. Now you get 30,000 A-coins. 30,000 A-coins, that'd be awesome. 30,000 credits, 800 A-coins, and 3 implant crates. But that's if you get first position. If you go down here, second position, you get your standard 400 A-coins. Third position, you only get 200. And then the top 10%, you get a measly 8,000 credits and 3 gold crates. They've significantly taken away the ability for players to get A-coins and resources in a game that is really starving for resources. I don't want to get too bent up negativity and stuff. I was trying to keep an open mind. I didn't do any videos on it previously when they were talking about replacing the Vault Blitz with arena playoffs. I wanted to just kind of give them the benefit of the doubt and just see how they would implement it. But of course, their whole mentality over the last probably year has been putting player against player in order to just earn resources. And so now what it turns out to be is it's all about who can spend money in order to finish these things. So in order to get resources, you got to spend money, whether you buy it in the shop or you buy it outright by, buying keys or something so you can use use your fortune keys. So if you look at the objectives here, you have become MVP in 5v5. Well, I'll be perfectly honest, I hate 5v5. I prefer CPC. I hate any tasks that actually require you to play a specific game mode, but I can live with it. Then we have a whole bunch of win battles in a row. Well, how are you going to do that? You can try, in the past I would say try to go to 2v2, but, and honestly, to go to 2v2 and get bots. But, nowadays, at least when I go into 2v2, I almost always find another real player. So then it's kind of crapshoot of whether you can outperform them or not. And depending on some maps in 2v2 are absolutely insane. Other ones are a little bit more favorable to my play style. But how else are you going to get? Well, if you're a solo player, honestly, I'm going to say it right now, you're pretty much screwed. Because if you go into CPC or 5v5 or anything, you will tend to find other players in their clans or on Discord that are teaming up and just steamrolling anybody who is playing solo. So, and the only other way to do that here is use 20 fortune keys. Now, as you can see, I do have quite a large mass of fortune keys, so I could go through here and I could use them all and hopefully guarantee myself a top place, get the 800 A-coins. Now, the good thing about it, though, is if you do decide to use fortune keys, is over time, you will tend to get resources out of this thing. So, like if you look at, for instance, how the resources in the middle crate there, you have a whole bunch of skins. But you can also, assuming you go all the way down here, come on, I want to see. Man, there's so many skins in these things now, it's almost ridiculous. So at the bottom, you can get 750 A-coins, 375 A-coins, and then you get some credits. So as you open these up, if you're spending your 20 fortune keys at a time, or, the more you open these, the more credits you get. So it's not just going to be that you're trying to get your end 800 credits. for the first place. But, if I went ahead and did that, then, this is the very first playoff event that they have. They might tweak it, how it operates in the next one. And then all of a sudden I've used all my fortune keys when maybe they might include some skins in there or some maybe implants. Who knows how they're going to rebuild this out in the future. But as of right now, for the vast, when you used to do the Vault Blitzes, you were guaranteed that A coin. Now you're not. You have to compete with everybody else in order to get it, and it's absolutely insane. So, it's really you're going to be overpowered people in squads trying to get those wins in a row. Like I said in the beginning, 5v5, I don't like that game mode. And in the end, if you're trying to get the games in a row, what it's going to do, at least if you're an individual player, it's going to encourage players to tank by reducing their power levels so that they can hopefully find up easier matches. So it's not actually encouraging people to play with their powerful hangers. You're just encouraging people to try to find workarounds in order to gain points into this playoff event. The game needs resources for everybody. We can't just be giving resources for those who spend money. I really hate that these playoff events, all these events that they put out, there's always some mechanism in there for the players to go out and get the newest weapon or the newest mech. Because a lot of these playoffs, they would get a 50% bonus on their points by using those new items. It is not conductive to actually having gameplay and people wanting to actually grind these things. So for me, and I know a lot of people are feeling this way too. When I play Mech Arena now, I pretty much come in, I do my dailies, and I'm done. There's no point in me even investing my time into trying to get these rewards that are in things like this new playoff. Just go back in here because chances are I'm not going to get the first, second, or third. I have no intention of spending hundreds of dollars just so I can get in this particular case here the top position of 800 A coins. Now, chances are, if I want those 800 A coins, it'd be more beneficial to me to just go and spend the money and buy the 800 A coins out of the shop than having to spend my resources to get, say, fortune keys or whatever it is in order to open up enough crates just so I can get the 800 A coins. The only benefit about this thing by spending the fortune coins, fortune keys, as I mentioned, is inevitably you're going to get more resources out of those vaults anyways, out of those I don't even know what they call them, the vault crates or anything. So pretty disappointed with what they did here. I can't really say I'm surprised. I hope they listen to the players' feedback. And I know, because I'm still in contact with a couple of the creators, and I know they've been having some pushback, or they have been pushing back into their Discord chats with Plarium about the implementation of this. Because ultimately, what it comes down to is you need more resources in the game, especially with the upcoming gear hub that's going to be put in. And you're going to have to be able to spend credits and A coins in order to get these new items so you can go up the tiers to the gear hub. And if they keep taking guaranteed resources away from players, this is why we have bots everywhere. Because the focus is so much on getting the big spenders to continue to spend, and yet they're not actually putting things in place for the free-to-play or the casual spender to also get their gear up, to get their power level up so they can compete a little bit better. They have to do, and I'm going to stop myself now. I could go down a huge rabbit hole of things that are wrong with this game that need to be looked at. And maybe in future videos, I'll take individual pieces of it and kind of go into a little bit more detail. And hopefully over time, maybe Plarium will wake up. But as of right now, it's all about how do we get the big spender to spend more money. And let's just ignore everybody else and continue with the bots in the game. Not happy with this implementation. I really hope over time they actually see the light of day and they bring some of the stuff back for the casual player. But as of right now, it's not having me, and it's not intensifying, excuse me. It's not ensuring people come in and grind these events. If you want people to come in and grind the events, if you want to increase the player base, then you've got to give guaranteed rewards for this stuff. That's just what it is. People are not going to grind and not going to fight for these rewards if it's a player versus player thing, and only the top person in kind of your heat or whatever you want to call it gets that particular reward. It's not conducive to having a appropriate gameplay experience for the masses. So anyways, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, leave me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. Until next time, cause some mayhem in the field for me.